So and I think it's something important for you to do as you're watching this is to step out of being a dentist for now and be a consumer. And think about it from the perspective of not if you need a dentist, but if you need a service provider. Let's say you need a plumber.
Yep.
Let's say you need a pool guy. Let's say you need somebody to do something, a vet. And what is it that you do as a consumer to vet that person, to vet the vet? So that's what your potential customers and clients are doing, and they're doing it for you. And that could be why you could be the best dentist in town and nobody knows it because of everything we just said.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think right now, you're at a very, very, very pointed apex right now in dentistry. I think the numbers are apparent. I mean, incomes are going down. Private practices are getting either bought out or broken. There's a lot of large corporate and private entities coming into marketplaces because they understand there's a lot of money in dentistry, and the solo practitioner. I don't mean to sound offensive here because it's not meant to be that way, but you're not much of a threat. A word of mouth practice against someone who has a marketing budget and knows how to spend that money, like say a corporate or a large private practice, you're really, showing up to a fight that, you don't have the weapons to win.
Yeah.
And I think now we're at that apex where sitting on the sidelines is really not an option anymore. I've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah.
But it's sort of really coming to that climax now, where I've been really warning, our subscribers and our list of folks that follow us and our customers as well, like, hey, this tidal wave is really building right now, and I think it's important for everyone to have a wake-up call and understand that you have to put some money into marketing and selling your practice, because, it's sort of like that thing where one day you wake up and you look and you're like, where'd all my money go? Where'd all my patients go?
Yeah.
Right? And, we all have bad months, and there's ebbs and flows to every business and every practice, and every market is slightly different. But you can't ignore the fact that you need to really make yourself the best that you can be right now, and invest some money into the marketing and selling of your practice, because the competition's doing it, and they're doing a really good job of it. Because corporate dentistry, let's face it, they hire firms like ours who know exactly what they're doing. They're not giving it to a staff member to try to mess around 2 hours, a week on. They're really investing in it properly.
To that point, and stepping aside a little bit, one of my favorite blog posts we've put out, and you wrote this, is it had very little to do with specifically dentistry. It was about how to run your business.
Right.
And I think one of the biggest mistakes that dental practice owners, doctors make, is that they think they need to do everything in order for it to work. And there are reasons behind that, obviously. Right. But a big part of this is, and it's trite, but worry about running your business, not doing every little thing to make the business run, because that's not scalable.
Right.
I mean, how do you think, this is a big part of the blog post, is how do you think the little guys become big players? It's they learn how to outsource. They learn how to offload things to other people so that they can focus on the business, not in the business.
Right. And I think that's important. And I think that's important, quite frankly, for even if you don't want to grow your practice, right? Mm-hmm. Say you're happy with how it is and you're going to retire in 15 years and you're on track or whatever that is. I think when you do those things and you work in a way that's efficient and you don't try to be jack of all trades, mm-hmm. I think part of that is you become more profitable by default.
Yeah. Because
you make better decisions based upon the fact that you hire experts to do so.
Yeah.
Right? Because let's face it, if you're a dentist, you went to dental school and that's your specialty. You didn't go get an MBA, right? And so really you have to lean on others to sort of help you. You know, it's sort of like having a really good board of directors, right? You have a really good company that does your internet, things. You have really good dental software. You have different folks that do different things that you outsource to that make you more efficient and more profitable. And the reason I say that is because everyone has a dollar per hour figure that's associated to them, especially the dentist should know their dollar per hour. Well, you really don't want to be spending 10, 15 hours a week messing around on Google either. That's not really a good use of your time. That should be time spent either working on the business in a private setting, taking a vacation, spending time with friends and family, whatever that looks like. But the flip side of that is the reason it becomes more profitable is because when you outsource something, that is a cost that is essentially severable. You can get rid of that, right? As opposed to hiring an employee or doing it yourself, right? You bring someone in who's going to be your marketing director in a practice. Well, now we have payroll and insurance, and I got to manage this person, and then there's the culture of what that is. Well, if you outsource it to a company like ours or whomever, doesn't matter what it is. Essentially, the cost is less. The management is easy because they're the experts, and you're more profitable because you don't have another large overhead employee sitting in your business trying to do those things.
And it's really a peace of mind thing too,
right?
That if you hand this
which we hear that all the time.
Yeah, if you hand this off to, let's say you're, like you said, you're spending, as a doctor, you're spending 10 to 15 hours a week trying to figure out Google, trying to figure out the algorithm, stay on top of it.
Or a staff member trying to figure all that stuff out too.
Yeah, and once you hand that off to somebody else and you're confident in their expertise because you're seeing the results, what can you do with those 10 to 15 hours a week? Can you bill more hours? Can you take on more patients? Does that grow the ability to bring in more to your practice, or does it give you the chance to go play golf?
Yeah, relax a little bit, right?
Yeah,
get that stress off your body a little bit.
Spend time with your kids, or even go on a vacation a day or two early as a result.
Yeah, so. I mean, some of our clients, we you talk to them quite a bit, so do I. It's almost like clockwork. We hear, you guys just help me sleep better at night, because it's sort of that insurance policy that you have that is there, that just takes care of you, that if something changes or something happens, we know it way before you know it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about it. You can focus on the business, doing good dentistry, and really making yourself more profit in your business, because without that, you really don't have a business, and you can't retire on time and all those things. Can't invest in growing your business if you'd like to. So, there's a lot there.